and fennel once again. What's up, 23% Nation? This is your man, Coach D. Today, I'm back with vegetable of the day, the one and only fennel. So maybe you have fennel confused with another look-alike vegetable, right? Maybe you've never heard of it. Maybe you eat it all day, every day. Well, whatever the case may be, please listen and watch on. Why? Because we're about to dive just a little deeper into the wonderful world of fennel. All right, first up, a little bit of background information. Fennel is a celery-like winter vegetable with an interesting licorice-like flavor. Yummy. It's an ancient perennial herb that has feathery leaves and yellow flowers looking a bit like dillweed. That's right, guys, dillweed. Now, for those of us who are wondering what in the world or how in the world does dillweed favor fennel? Well, guys, take a look at the picture, right? Now, when they say that they resemble one another, really they're talking about the leaves, not necessarily the stalks. And last but not least, the peak growing season for fennel is autumn and winter. So for those of us who are looking to get a bargain price on fennel, well, you probably want to go to your local grocery store or local farmer's market during the autumn and winter times. So there we have it, guys, a little bit of background information about the one and only fennel. All right, more background information. Fennel is recognized by its white bulb and long green stalks. Take a look at the picture. It is related to other stalk vegetables such as celery and parsnips. Wow, who knew? The entire fennel plant is edible. That's right, guys, meaning you can eat the whole thing. In other words, you shouldn't throw away any part of this amazing vegetable. So, what can you eat? Well, that includes the bulb, the seeds, the stalk, and the leaves. That's right, guys. So the next time you come across fennel, please don't fret. Why? Because the entire plant is edible. So there we have it, guys. A little more background information about the one and only fennel. All right, more background information. Who knew? Fennel seeds are used to make fennel essential oil. First, by crushing them and then using a process called steam distillation. Now, for anyone who's wondering what in the world does fennel oil look like, well, guys, take a look at the picture. There you have it. Fennel has been used as medicine for thousands of years. It has antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects. Fennel is used to fight bacterial, fungal, and viral infections. Amazing, right? So for those of us who are wondering how beneficial is fennel seeds, and fennel oil, well, guys, the answer is right here. So there we have it. More background information about fennel. All right, now it's time for a few fun facts. In the ancient world, the Romans, Greeks, and Egyptians used fennel as part of their ceremonies. Wow. It served as a symbol of wellness and pleasure. So there you have it, guys. If you want more pleasure in your life, if you want more wellness in your life, it's easy. Eat more fennel. All right, more fun facts. Fennel essential oil and all parts of the plant are used for cooking, baking, and as medicine for over 40 types of disorders. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking, excuse me, to find out what fennel oil resembles, well, guys, it's going to be a clear to yellowish colored oil, right? And be careful because it may have a very interesting smell. That's right. So there you have it, guys. If you have access to the oil, please use it. All right, more fun facts. Now, a lot of people may wonder, how in the world do I choose and how in the world do I prepare fennel? Well, let's find out. When choosing a fennel bulb, look for a bulb that is firm and mostly white at the bottom. Avoid bulbs that are brown or spotted at the bottom. The stalks should be bundled together and not flowering. The fennel bulb can stay in a refrigerator for about 4 to 5 days. It tends to lose flavor over time, therefore should be eaten within a few days. To prepare the fennel bulb, first cut the stalks off the bulb where they sprout, then slice the bulb vertically into thin slices depending on the recipe you choose. You can eat fennel bulb raw. You can saute it or roast it with other vegetables. That's right. Now, for those of us who are looking for a play-by-play way to prepare fennel, well, guys, here you go. Picture 1, picture 2, and of course, picture 3. So there we have it, guys. Lots of fun facts about the one and only fennel. All right, now it's time for the not so fun facts. Although for most people, fennel is a great healthy vegetable choice, people with certain medical conditions may have to limit or avoid the consumption of fennel altogether. Some people may be allergic to certain spices, therefore should avoid consuming fennel seeds. Due to the high potassium content, those with kidney disease should limit the amount of fennel they eat. People taking beta blockers, which is typically prescribed to help control blood pressure, can also have elevated potassium levels and may need to avoid fennel. So there you have it, guys. If you have an allergy, or if you are currently suffering from kidney disease, or maybe you're taking some form of beta blockers, then ladies and gentlemen, fennel is probably not a good dietary choice for you. So, outstanding those particular circumstances, go ahead, eat more fennel. But like I just said, if you're currently on beta blockers, if you currently have kidney disease, or if you currently have an allergy towards certain spices, then you probably want to stay away from fennel. So there we have it, guys, the not so fun facts about fennel. All right, now it's time to dive into the 5-20 rule. Ladies and gentlemen, the 5-20 rule is all about food labels. That's right. It's a guide that lets us know whether or not a food or beverage item is a good source or not a good source of any particular nutrient. Now, specifically, when we talk about the 5-20 rule, we're really talking about percent daily value, abbreviated percent DV. Now, let's take a look at our sample food label. As you can see, it is primarily divided into 3 main parts. First is the purple portion, then we have yellow, and then we have blue. So let's take it portion by portion. First up is the purple portion, which is basically the percent daily value column. Now, as you can see, percent DV is represented as a percentage. And yes, there is a scale from as low as 0% to as high as 100%. Now, let's talk about the yellow portion. The yellow portion does a good job at highlighting those nutrients which unfortunately do a really good job at promoting sickness, illness, and disease within the body temple. So when it comes to saturated fat, trans fat, cholesterol, and sodium, you really want to make sure that wherever you're eating or drinking, that those percent DVs are as close to 0% as possible. Next, let's talk about the blue portion, which highlights dietary fiber, vitamin A, vitamin C, calcium, and iron. Now, these nutrients do just the opposite of the yellow nutrients. Rather than promote illness, sickness, and disease within the body temple, they promote wellness. They promote health. That's right, guys. So the next time you eat or drink something, make sure that the percent DVs for those nutrients are as close to 100% as possible. Now, I want to explain to you the 5-20 rule. Ladies and gentlemen, if a food or beverage item offers anywhere from 0% to 9% DV, then that food or beverage item is considered not a good source of that particular nutrient. Next, if the food or beverage item offers 10% to 19% DV, then that food or beverage item is considered a good source of that particular nutrient. Lastly, if the food or beverage item offers 20% DV or more, then that food or beverage item is considered an excellent source of that particular nutrient. So there we have it, guys, the ins and outs about the 5-20 rule. All right, now that we've been exposed to the 5-20 rule, let's now dive into the nutrition facts. So for today's lecture, we're going to say that a single serving of fennel is equal to 1 cup of raw fennel bulb, right? So in this single serving, 1 cup only, we're going to get 27 calories, 6 grams of carbohydrates, 3 grams of fiber, and look, 1 gram of protein. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why I always highlight fiber and protein is because plant foods are the best sources to get both. That's right, guys. Most foods that we consume on the standard American diet do not have fiber and protein at the same time. Next up is vitamin C coming in at 17% DV, good source. Then we have potassium coming in at 10% DV, good source. Then is manganese coming in at 8% DV, not a good source. Folate, 6% DV, not a good source. Then we have calcium, iron, magnesium, phosphorus, all coming in at only 4% DV, not a good source. Next up is niacin and copper, each coming in at only 3% DV, not a good source. And lastly is vitamin A coming in at only 2% DV. Now, 23% nation, I understand that you may say, well, Coach D, it's not a good source of a lot of vitamins and minerals. Well, guys, here's what you have to understand is that this is based on a single serving, which once again is only 1 cup. So if you want more folate, if you want more calcium, more iron, more vitamin A, it's easy. Eat more than 1 serving. So there we have it, guys, the nutrition facts about the one and only fennel. All right, now it's time to dive into the health benefits. But before we do, Coach D wants to talk with you about the principle of cause and effect, which basically states that that every cause has its effect and every effect has its cause. There really is no such thing as chance and or luck. In other words, everything happens for a reason. That being said, I want to let you know that if you want to be healthy, well, guess what? You have to cause it. And it's the same thing with disease. Even though you may not want a disease, well, if you keep putting the wrong things in your body, it'll eventually show up. So today, what I want to do is highlight the health benefits, but more importantly, I want to highlight the causes of these benefits, right? So the question really is which phytonutrients are in fennel? Which medicines are in fennel to then yield these amazing health benefits? So here we go. Health benefit number 1, fennel boosts bone health. So the question is, what's the cause? Well, say hello to calcium, magnesium, phosphorus, and good old vitamin K. Benefit number 2, fennel improves skin health. Great. So what's responsible? Well, vitamin C. Benefit number 3, lowers your blood pressure. Great. What's the cause? Well, say hello to potassium. Number 4, aids digestion. Great. What's the cause? Well, fiber and the essential oils. Nice. Benefit number 5, increases satiety. Nice. So the question is, what's the cause? Well, say hello to fiber. All right, more health benefits. Health benefit number 6, improves colic in infants. Now, a lot of people may wonder, what in the world is colic, right? Well, guys, it just simply means that our little ones, our infants, are experiencing a little bit of gastrointestinal distress. That's all. And in order for them to express themselves, well, they cry. So the question is, which phytonutrient is responsible? Well, say hello to the fennel seed oil. Benefit number 7, helps prevent cancer. Great. So the question is, what's the phytonutrient? What's the medicine? Well, it's called anethol. That's right, guys, anethol. It's an oil that comes from fennel, as well as selenium. Benefit number 8, decreases the risk of heart disease. So what's the cause? Well, soluble fiber, potassium, folate, and vitamin C. Benefit number 9, aids eye health. Amazing. What's the cause? Flavonoids, vitamin C, and zinc. Benefit number 10, may ease menopausal symptoms. Perfect, ladies. So the question is, what's the cause? Well, say hello to the phytoestrogens in fennel. And the last health benefit, number 11, is that it stimulates breast milk production. That's right. So ladies, if you're considering pregnancy or if you are pregnant, you may want to eat more fennel. Why? Because it has galactogols in it. That's right, guys. So there we have it. 11 amazing health benefits from the one and only fennel. All right. Now it's time to talk about food, but particularly plant foods. Guys, say hello to forksoverknives.com. This is our go-to website for everything vegan, right? Well, as usual, I did my research, went to the website, and I found 2 deliciously looking vegan fennel recipes that I want to share with you right now. So the first one is roasted carrot and fennel salad. Take a look at the picture. Looks delish. The second recipe is rice salad with fennel, orange, and chickpeas. Take a look at that picture. Looks scrumptious, yes. Now, if your mouth is watering, and I hope it is, all you have to do is click on the description box. Why? Because I'm providing you with a direct link to both recipes. That's right, guys. Now, when you get there, you're going to find a lot of wonderful information, such as cooking time, cooking instructions, and of course, an ingredient list. So do me a favor, click on the description box, click on the link, make the dish, taste the dish, come back and share your thoughts. So there we have it, guys. Not 1, but 2 amazing vegan fennel recipes from forksoverknives.com. All right, 23% Nation, I hear you. A lot of you say, well, Coach D, thanks for the recipes. Coach D, thanks for the fun facts, the nutrition facts, and even the not so fun facts, right? But what I really want to know is, when should I eat more fennel? Well, ladies and gentlemen, if that's your question, then the perfect day to eat more fennel is Nature Day. That's right, guys, good old Nature Day. Now, here's what you need to know about Nature Day, is that it is the first day of the 23% challenge. That's right. Now, maybe you've been living under a rock and you know absolutely nothing about the challenge. Well, guys, in a nutshell, the 23% challenge is a monthly 7-day wellness program that is designed to help improve your health, your wealth, your relationships, and it also helps to save good old planet Earth. Now, here's what we need to understand about the challenge is that number 1, it's monthly, meaning every month, January through December, and it's only 7 days long. As a matter of fact, it's the first 7 days of every single month. So, being that Nature Day is the first day of the challenge, that simply means that Nature Day is the first day of every month. That's right. So whether it's July 1st, August 1st, or September 1st, it's always Nature Day. All right. Now, some of us may be interested, and we may want to know, well, Coach D, what in the world is Nature Day all about, right? Well, guys, as the name implies, Nature Day is all about getting closer to nature. But specifically, we're going to eat it. We're going to eat what nature provides. But more importantly, we're going to eat more plants. That's really what Nature Day is all about. Now, I know that for some people, eating more plants may be easy, and then for others, it may be extremely difficult. Yes? So, I suggest baby steps. That's right, guys. So how about this? How about before 12 p.m., all you do is eat plant foods and drink water. That way, after 12 p.m., you can eat and drink whatever you want. Or maybe before 12 p.m. doesn't work for you. So what about after 12 p.m., right? Eat more plants, eat only plants, and drink only water. Now, for some people, 12 hours may not be enough, and they may laugh at that. So they may want to up the ante. Sure, why not? So you may want to try to become a 3% vegan. Now, a 3% vegan is any person, man, woman, or child, who only eats plant foods and drinks only water only 1 day out of an entire month. Next up is a 10% vegan. That's any person who only eats plant foods and drinks only water only 3 days out of an entire month. Next is a 17% vegan. That's any person, man, woman, or child, who only eats plant foods and drinks only water only 5 days out of an entire month. And lastly is the ultimate 23% vegan, right? Now, guys, technically, that's what Coach D considers himself to be. So, what does that mean? It means that for the first 7 days of every single month, I only eat from the 5 food groups of plant foods, which happen to be fruits, vegetables, herbs, and spices. Then we have nuts and seeds. Next up are legumes, meaning beans and peas. And lastly are going to be your whole grains. So there we have it, guys. We now know what Nature Day is all about. All right. Now that we understand what Nature Day is all about, a lot of people may wonder, well, is it for me? Should I participate in it, right? Should I strive to become a 23% vegan? Well, guys, allow me to describe who Nature Day is best for. So maybe you've been stricken with the big four, meaning maybe you have heart disease, maybe you have cancer, maybe you're obese, maybe you have type 2 diabetes, right? Maybe you have skin issues such as eczema, psoriasis, pimples, and acne. Maybe you have digestive issues such as irritable bowel syndrome, leaky gut syndrome, or maybe you're just constipated. And maybe you have mental issues. Maybe you're depressed. Maybe you're sad. Maybe you're angry. Or maybe you have ADHD, right? And so maybe you're looking for a holistic, natural approach to your healing. Well, guys, it's easy. Eat more plants. Maybe you want to lose a few inches. Maybe you want to lose some weight. Maybe you want to build some muscle, right? Well, guys, we do have a vegan lean and a vegan bulk program. Maybe you're looking to make a transition to a more whole food plant-based diet from the standard American diet, right? Or maybe you're just looking to eat more plants. Why? Because you heard it was good for the environment. Well, guys, if that's you, then yes, you definitely should participate in Nature Day. All right, now it's time for Coach D's tips. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to be successful on Nature Day. So here's my advice. Here are some tips. Number 1, go to the local grocery store. Now, when you get there, you're going to go to one of 3 places. Number 1 is the produce section. Number 2 is the freezer aisle. And number 3 is a canned good aisle. Now, a lot of people may wonder, Coach D, what's best? Fresh, frozen, or canned? Well, guys, the fresh option is always best. Why? Because the plant food is going to retain the majority of its nutrients. Secondly, and this is a close second, would be frozen. That's right, guys. Believe it or not, when plant foods are frozen, the nutrients are locked in. And lastly are going to be the canned options. Now, the reason why canned foods are dead last, and I do mean dead last, is because during the canning process, a lot of the nutrients are lost and or destroyed, which then means a lot of toxins are added. So unfortunately, when you eat canned plant foods, you may end up eating more toxins than you do nutrients. Not good. Next up, go to the prepared dishes section of your local grocery store. So once you're finished with the produce section, the freezer aisle, and the canned good aisle, walk on over to the prepared dishes section. Now, talk to the person behind the counter and ask them if they have any vegan, not vegetarian options. If it looks delicious, go ahead, ask for a sample. Don't worry, it's free. Now, if you like it, go ahead, buy it by the pound, maybe even 2, maybe 3 pounds if you really, really, really like it. Tip number 3, go visit your local farmer's market. That's right. Now, I highly recommend this for those of us who must have non-GMO that, non-GMO this, organic that, right? So guys, if you're looking for non-GMO plant foods and organic plant foods, then farmers markets are definitely the place to be. Now, here's another added benefit, is that chances are the produce is going to be cheaper than what you find in your local grocery store. Why? Well, it's easy, guys. The plant foods are grown locally. So who gets the savings? You, the end consumer. Tip number 4, go visit your local vegan restaurant. That's right, guys. It's time for us to support the vegan restaurant community. Now, One of the reasons why I highly recommend vegan restaurants is because they hire vegan chefs who basically not only know exactly how to cook plant foods so that they retain the majority of their nutrients, but then they also know which plant foods to combine to yield the most nutritious, delicious dishes. And tip number 5 is to get a subscription to a vegan meal prep company. Now, these companies are amazing. And that's for those of us who don't know how to cook plant foods, for those of us who don't want to cook plant foods, or for those of us who just don't have time to cook plant foods, right? Well, I say let someone else do the cooking for you. Here's how they work. You give them a call, send them an email, maybe visit their website, or maybe check them out on social media, right? Get the subscription. They make the food, they deliver the food, you eat the food. It's just that simple. So there you have it, guys. 5 amazing tips to help make your nature day successful. All right, it's time for our question of the day, coming from yours truly and the rest of the 23% nation. We want to know which part of the fennel plant is edible. Now, I believe I covered that information earlier in the lecture, so if you got it, great. Please write your answer in the comment box below. Guys, I want to thank you for watching. I definitely want to thank you for listening. As always, let's eat well, feel well, think well, do well, be well. Now, before I sign out, I gotta ask you to please subscribe, share, comment, and like the video, especially if you love fennel. Also, don't forget to use our 3-word mantra. It's hashtag eat more plants. As stated earlier, my name is Coach D. I'm signing out. Always remember to take care, God bless, and never ever forget that Coach D loves you.